Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be going through some sun salutations. In mat yoga, usually about 3 sun salutations that are, actually 4, that are typically done. Traditional sun, sun A, sun B, and sun C. I will be going through different ways that you can practice sun A. The most used ones I like to refer to it as a yoga burpee. So we'll be starting on the chair, back of the chair, and then if you are in that level of experience, you can always go on to try it on a mat. I did not bring mine, but the floor is always helpful. So as usual, anything that's too much for you, if you get a little dizzy because we will be folding forward, just modify as you can. If you can only go a little bit, perfect. Please make sure you've consulted a physician before beginning any exercise regime. Make sure you're wearing some loose-fitting clothing. Always have water nearby. And if you'd like a little more, I'd recommend starting with our warm-up video. But for now, just to come into our space, into our minds, clearing out anything that's happened so far today or this week. Closing your eyes, palms up for receiving energy, palms down for grounding. As we just take a few breaths in. Making our stomachs nice and big. Exhaling, bringing that belly button as close to your spine as you can, emptying out the diaphragm and the lungs. Just letting your breath slow. Starting with the probably easiest one that we could possibly do. Just bringing your arms up overhead first, making sure once again I have my legs separated just a little bit to increase that muscle memory of making sure to keeping our base as wide as possible to keep ourselves from falling, remembering keeping our feet together. It's going to decrease the mobility and the openness that you can give yourself. So first bring your arms up overhead, taking about a half body stretch, your arms all the way up. And taking your left wrist or left hand to your right wrist, pulling your right hand over to your left side, opening up the right side body, looking up under your armpit if it's accessible. That just opens your chest more and gives a little more mobility, a little more opening to the stretch. Inhale back up, switching palms, exhale, bring it to the right, opening up the left side body. Same thing, if you can get under your armpit on this one, awesome. If you can't, don't worry about it. It's all about the practice. The more you show up, the easier it is. And some days it's not easy. All the way up overhead. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, folding forward. Trying to rest your torso on your thighs as far as you can. You can get your hands down to the mat. Awesome. If you can't, don't worry about it. Inhale, half lift, hands on your shins or your knees, whatever works. Half lift, nice straight back, shining your heart. Exhale, fold it all the way back down. Inhale, arms back up overhead. And bring palms back to center. Another one that I actually learned from one of my teachers, Denise K. She does it a little more flowy, makes more of an opening, because the idea behind sun salutations is to generate heat, to generate a quicker response to yourself, to get into yourself, in my opinion at least. But the biggest thing with sun salutations is to salute the sun, honor yourself, honor your being, honor everyone, because that's what yoga really is. Yoga means unity. So sun salutations, I think, are the best way to bring about that unity. Bring your hands to heart center into an Anjane Mudra, which is prayer hands, bowing down to your hands. Inhale, arms spread out, making butterfly hands. Giving it to everybody who's with you. Exhale, bring it back to your hands, go back to your chest. Inhale, arms up, keeping back nice and straight. You bring your hands between your legs. Bring palms together or apart, depending on how you're feeling today. Nice straight back. Arms go all the way up overhead. This is as far as you can go. Awesome. If you like, you can hook the thumbs, stretching your arms back, taking a little back bend if it's accessible. Just don't lose your balance. You're balancing on the chair. You don't need to take the chair down with you. Releasing, folding forward. Inhale, half lift for space. Exhale, fold it back down. Inhaling all the way up, back together. And since I hooked my thumbs one way, always good to do it the other way. So one more time. Bowing to yourself. Honoring those with you. Honoring your heart. Everybody together. Arms all the way up overhead. Taking whatever thumb was on the inside out. Rolling those shoulders into your back again. Really opening up your body. Stretching it, maybe taking that little back bend again. Releasing, folding forward. Butterfly arms. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhaling all the way back up to center. And back together. Using your chair as more of a prop as you get into more of a standing sun salutation. Modified sun salutation, of course. Do this with the chair, 2 different spots, and do it without the chair. Then we'll go to the floor. So I like to line myself up a little bit farther, remembering to find all 4 corners of your feet. So lifting up your toes. This way you can root into all 4 corners. You have your toes nice and spread out. If you want, lifting up your heels as well. There's an extra move you can do with this. So once again, making sure your chair is close enough to reach forward and grab it. It's up to you how far your distance you want. You might want to stay here. Completely up to you. Inhaling, arms all the way overhead. You can always do the extra little wrist grab, crescent. It's up to you. Exhale, fold forward, grabbing the top of your chair lightly, bowing down. Inhale, you might want to grab the chair this time. Inhale as you lift up onto the balls of your feet. That's an option. If this is too much, don't do it. Lowering yourself back on down, bowing in. Slowly lifting yourself all the way back up. Just a reminder, you can do these as many times as you like. Going to lower farther down. Once again, I know with people heart medication, if you bend down too far, can make it dizzy. So once again, that's why you have the option. You can also use a table. You can use the wall. You can do whatever makes you happy. Inhaling, arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, bowing down, rooting down, trying to bend from your waist. You fall onto the chair. Inhale, half lift. Straight back as best you can. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, arms all the way up overhead. Palms to center. Good. Doing it alone, if you want to, just increasing your mobility. Once again, all this is just different levels of where you can go. You may stay on the chair for the next 6 months. Perfectly fine. I find it very relaxing and invigorating whenever I do any kind of sun salutation, doesn't matter where. So if I'm standing, once again, feet are hip width apart. Inhaling, arms all the way up overhead. Taking the wrist again if you'd like. I like the opening of my sides like that, so I like to take that. Arms all the way up. Exhale, bowing forward. Arms coming down, reverse or swan diving down. If you cannot touch the ground, options here, you can take a block, you can take a book, you can take your water bottle, whatever feels good. If you can't touch the ground. Also, if you're not touching the ground and you feel a little ting, you can micro bend your knees, just a little bit. Not talking like that, that's pain. That's squats. We can do squats again another time. Just instead of straight legs, just a micro bend. Inhale, half lift, shine your heart, hands on your shins or your knees. Try to keep your back as straight as you can. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, all the way back up. Beautiful. So that's a modified standing. Now I'll do a modified full sun A, and then a more exact sun A. Couldn't think of the right word. So, mat helps here. Obviously, I don't have one. I'm just making sure you have the space. And starting first in your Tadasana, which is when we lift up the toes. Nice straight backs. Inhaling, arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, swan dive it down. Brushing your hands on the floor. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And step it, and fold for a little bit. Step it back into a plank. This also helps when you're not wearing socks like I am. If this is too much, we're modifying. Drop your knees down and keeping your booty up in the air. You can untuck your toes if you'd like, up to you. Bringing a chest and chin all the way to the mat. Resting here for a moment before slithering forward into your cobra. This is a baby cobra, toes untucked. As it gets warmed up, you can always do a high cobra. Completely up to you. You're keeping your shoulders a little in front of your hands. So they're at your hands are at the ribs. And then from here, tuck your toes, lifting up, pressing through into your downward dog. Pedaling your feet out. If your heels don't touch, don't worry about it. The whole objective is you're keeping your shoulders bent back, rolled back to protect your spine. You're making yourself into a V, so the booty goes up. Bend those knees, look forward, jump, skip, hop, do whatever you need to do to the front. Lifting yourself back into a forward fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, loading it down. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Bring your hands to heart center. Back into Tadasana. Mountain pose. Play with this as much as you want. I do like just going in to do this. This is how you build your strength. Just pressing in. So it's just a modified push-up. We call those chaturangas because instead of keeping your arms spread open, keeping your elbows in, brushing them past your torso. I like them better. It gives me more of a clearance. It helps me build up my core strength. Full sun A, something to aspire to. Took me a while to be able to get my heels up. So once again, practice makes progress. Inhaling, arms all the way up overhead. Move up this time. Exhale, swan dive it all the way down to forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it down. And plant your hands, step back into plank. Pausing here for a moment, joining your strength. Going down into a chaturanga. Once again, this is our full expression of this. So going down into a chaturanga, flipping those toes. This is known as up dog. Just my tops of my feet and my hands are touching right now. That takes a lot of practice. That's why you always have the option to go down to cobra. For wherever you are, on your way up, flipping the toes back into downward dog. Pedaling it out, do whatever feels good. Feeling the strength, feeling the heat. Stay here for at least 5 breaths. You take your time. This is supposed to be a resting pose. I've been doing this for about 10 years. I'm just sort of there some days. And bending those knees, look forward, hop, skip, walk, jump to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it down. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Bring your hands back to heart center. Come have a seat. Hopefully you're nice and warm like I am now. Once again, any of those poses, do whatever you feel you need to do. I'm not kidding. You sit in an office too long, after a while you're just falling asleep. Just taking myself and stretching up and bowing forward and coming back up helps. Any kind of movement helps. So wherever you are, let's just take a moment to pause, giving our bodies a chance to absorb what we've learned, letting it go, relaxing onto the back of your chair, closing your eyes if you'd like, giving your body a moment to slow itself down, Slowing your breath down. Stay here as long as you want, remembering that taking that pause, that's where you learn the muscle memory. That's how you become stronger. You don't need to be going 90 miles an hour at all times. I'm very guilty of that. But as usual, stay as long as you want. Watch this video as much as you want. Practice as much as you want. You can always reach out to me if you have any questions. Until next time, delight me, honors delight in you. Namaste.